What's up, everyone? This is James at Lock in the Value, talking to you today about the wonderful, and God, it's wonderful, world of crypto. Now, there's a lot of news to unpack, and there's a lot of things we have to look at. So, um, I've got two questions for you guys, right? So, write in the comments your answers. What did you invest in August, and how is that going? And number two, when do you actually think the peak of this coming bull market's going to be? Because we're getting lots of predictions for September of next year, and personally, I don't think it's going to take that long. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. So in terms of August predictions or like investments, I talked about top five. My top five with Ethereum, Neo, Aave, OneChain, Siacoin, and they're all up. Aave and OneChain have been killing it. Neo has been smashing it, to be fair, as well. Um, and I'll be talking about Aave in a second. I also spoke about Quantum, and when I was looking at a few undervalued. Quantum was at 2.74 at the time. Now it's 3.39, so it's already flying up. I also talked about my number one investment, which I've done a Udemy course on. The link is in the description. At the time of doing this video, which was August 7th, 10 days ago, that that currency was 3.4x. I'd done a 3.4x on when I did the Udemy course. Now we're on a 5.6x. So I had a great 10 days and it's set to continue. So if you want to know what that currency is, go into the description of this video, buy the course, and check it out for yourselves. Right, let's get into this then. Um, there's a lot to unpack. I'm going to start with Aave. Aave have had a fairly significant announcement. So they are tokenizing mortgages with the launch of version 2. Now, Jesus, that if that doesn't get you excited, you're a boring goddamn person. Because I'm telling you right now, when you've got a market that is in the trillions, bringing that to DeFi is a very exciting possibility. So Aave is partnering with Realty to bring home mortgages to DeFi. Now, Realty haven't answered any questions about this as of yet. But when they do, I will be first to let you know, or as quickly as I can. But if this happens, the amount of value that's going to be brought to Aave is going to be crazy because that's $1 trillion. And even if people can start utilizing and tokenizing their mortgages on a DeFi system, as long as it's a DeFi system you're comfortable with and safe, and Aave is, it's not YAM, which I told people about. Um, the value that's going to be brought in is going to be enormous. Is exciting. Um, and Aave has absolutely smashed it this month. I think it's on 53 cents. If that doesn't break $1, I'd be shocked. I'll click that. Right. But if that doesn't break $1 in this year, it would be shocking because I don't see how Aave isn't going to be $1 billion token. Just is in like $1 billion project. Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, the bigger news, not bigger news, the news I want to unpack even more um, is this. Now, I am always honest with you guys. If I'm holding a bag, I'll tell you. I am holding a bag in relation to this. 4 of the top 5 South Korean banks are offering crypto services, or they're going to be in the coming months. Now, these 4 banks have a combined value of more than $1.2 trillion in assets, and they're set to bring in crypto services in the coming months. So we've got 3 months, really. Now, why is this big news and what is it relevant to? In the entire world, every country, pretty much universally, Ethereum rules the blockchain in damn near every country. In South Korea, Icon rules the blockchain, and Icon is undervalued. I have spoken about this a few times, right? I'm telling you now, I hold a bag of Icon. I am adding to my bag when this new, and I added to it when this news came out, right? Icon is at 50 cents. There is I think it's Dave the Wave on Twitter. The guy is like a technical analyst. He predicted the last few Bitcoin movements. I talked about this as well, and he predicts $102 as value for Icon. I never said that. I will tell you right now, I did think $20 as a long term as a for the next bull run, and I'm now moving more towards Day of the Waves, but I'm not there. Somewhere in between, maybe $50, maybe 100x from where it is now. Okay, but it is phenomenally undervalued, and you've got to put this into context. Four of the big, well, the four biggest banks in South Korea are bringing in crypto asset services now, and it's going to be open to institutional investors in the coming months. What do you think are going to be offered in terms of assets? You can guarantee the first two are Bitcoin and Ethereum, but beyond that, you better believe Icon is going to be one of the ones that is highlighted to invest in because it's the blockchain the whole country uses more than any other. I am telling you, for me personally, I've never been more bullish on Icon than I am after hearing that news. All I am doing, to be fair, is waiting for the fifth bank of the top five to go, yes, we're bringing in crypto asset services. Because you better believe it will, whether it takes a week or two, it will do. Um, and God, just, I mean, the level of money there and the level of it, and the fact that institutional investors are going to be able to be the first to get in straight away. Ethereum, Bitcoin, Icon. Bet you they're the first three. Maybe bring in Ripple, that very much, or XRP, but that very much depends on the banks themselves. I'm sure each will offer something slightly different. But what they all will offer is Icon. It's the national blockchain. How like that's how it's thought of effectively. Um, so it's going to be very, 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 very exciting for that project. So, blockchain experts in the country have voiced concerns that these steps are too little, too late, citing American institutions that are well ahead of South Korea's banking sector. Um, without in, but they've already, I mean, there's already been sort of crypto things started being implemented within South Korea. So there's a blockchain-based toll system for the country's highways. There's a blockchain-based digital driver's license app. Um, Over 1 million people adopted that. Adoption happens in South Korea far faster. It might take the sectors longer to get started, but the adoption happens quickly. Beachgoers in Busan are able to pay for services with Bitcoin and Ethereum. Um, so a lot's coming out, but what definitely needs to be pointed out, and this is what's missed in this story. This is a very well written story, but you are missing the biggest point here, which when crypto assets and custody assets are offered, how the banks implement it is their own choice. And what they can invest or what they can bring in is going to be different. But Icon is going to be brought in hugely, hugely. And even if people just look at it from a perspective of or from now to all-time high, now it's at 50 cents. Its all-time high was about $12.69, right? So that's a little over 25 times gain from this point right now. And this bull market, pretty much all those currencies that are good projects that aren't scams or experimental crap like Yam are going to break their all-time highs. So the for me here, it's not a case of if, it's a case of when. Um, but in terms of how I'm feeling about crypto and blockchain at the moment, really excited, really positive. I'm hoping it comes into the bull run hits in about a year. Um, Purely from a selfish perspective in terms of tax purposes, because the way it works in England is you get taxed after if you've held something for longer than a year. Effectively, you only pay capital gains as opposed to income tax, and income tax is a killer in England. But very bullish, very, very bullish. Anyway, so your two questions again, just as a reminder, how are your August investments doing? When do you think the peak of this coming bull run's going to be? Tough question to answer. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe.